Hey everyone, today I'm going to be doing a card reading for client M. This is a sequel of all her card readings and what's going on in her life and what's changing. So we're going to start off with her cards in the middle. This is called a Celtic throw, and we'll be looking at her life in general and see what's going on. If you didn't get a chance to see any of her other videos where she's going through some different stuff in her life, she's making changes, this is a good opportunity for you to check this out. All right, here we go. This is kind of what my client readings are like. They take a lot of time. Thus, I charge whatever I charge for them because you get a lot of information and it really gets an opportunity to steer you in the right direction. All right, so let's get started. By the way, you're with Divino here in Los Angeles, California. If you're in California or San Diego or somewhere around the Los Angeles area, you can look me up on my profile page on YouTube or Instagram or Facebook or even a TikTok. All right, here we go. First card coming out. It says, at this moment, you're right here with me. And then it says something about your money. You spend a lot of money?
Not lately.
You've been holding on to it.
Yeah.
It's telling you to be careful because of your money. It says there is karma that's coming, so I don't know what that's about. Let's see. And then it says there is no temptations right now, which is good. It says in the past you were kind of tied up. It says presently something's going to be coming pretty quickly here. So, and this could be what we talked about before. We talked about how in spring things are going to start really changing for you, and this is probably what's coming quickly. Spring kind of starts, I think, at the end of February, beginning of March, spring break, kind of stuff like that. And then I'm pretty sure your spring will really take off at the end of April, beginning of May. So that's kind of where we're at. And it says right there 8 weeks, and that's probably right on. So 8 weeks would be from today, almost exactly what I'm saying, so that's not bad. It says there is no broken heart for you in the future, which is a good thing. That's what we're trying to avoid. If you haven't paid attention to these videos before with Client M, there were some relationship issues that happened, as well as friendship issues, and we're changing some things and building self-esteem and building a bunch of other stuff so that Client M can change her life in the positive direction that she wants to go. It says that everything is coming to an end. So I think the past is what's coming to an end, and we'll have to look into that a little deeper. It says you're still kind of weak, though. You haven't broken free from family ties. What I mean by breaking free from that is you taking charge of your own life. That's something that you need to do. And you haven't quite made a decision how to do that yet. So that's something you really need to start looking into. It's not something you probably prefer at this moment, but it's something that you need to get a grasp on before spring comes. It says you're not going to be discontent, though, in the future. And then it says that there is a child that's upside down. It says that doesn't work. Something doesn't work for them. So it's talking about my son, saying he's upside down. This is my son, who's actually very gifted. But it's talking about the trabajo that's upside down. So we need to look into your stuff a little deeper. It says that you won't be brought down to your knees. And then the cross near that says there's fruit in the tree. So that's a good thing. So maybe whatever they were trying to do to you, he kind of broke that apart, which is a good thing. Luckily, he's a little bit stronger than I am. We'll see where we go from there. Let's go back to the center of the cards now, and that's you there with me at this very moment, which is kind of amazing. And it says, be careful with your money. So in other words, your money's upside down, or it's going to be upside down if you start spending. I don't know what you're thinking about going, or you're taking a trip, or something you plan on doing. You need to hold off, because there's things that are probably going to happen here in the next couple days. I'd say about 11 days from now. Okay?
Uh-huh.
It says a celebration that's coming. I don't know what that is, but it's talking about 3 girls. I don't know if there was 3 friends that you had that you used to go party with. I don't know if they're planning to ask you to come to something, and you need to decide what road you're going to take with that. So I don't know. Have you gotten a hold of any of your old friends before?
No, I haven't. I think the 3 celebrations is me, my mom, and my sister.
Could be.
I'm turning 30, she's turning 60, and my brother-in-law's turning 40. So we want to go to Mexico, or if not El Salvador, for that big zeros for us.
So I just asked you about if you're planning a trip or to spend money or anything, and there it is.
Yeah.
So be very careful. Okay. I mean, right now probably not the time to go, but I'm just saying, just be very careful. Yeah. It says you need to decide what road to go down. In this world, it says, or you're going to end up unhappy with no money. So something could happen there. I don't know what. So you need to be careful. It says, but the road's wide open for you for other things. It says the karma that's there, and let's see what that is. It says, whoa. Wow, that card just jumped out of my hand. It says there'll be no more depression, so it doesn't seem like you're going through really that many depressions anymore. You seem a lot better. It says you're still very impatient, which I've noticed even when it comes to me with things you want from me and other people, which I've noticed. So you still need to be a little more patient. I kind of know when it's time to like go after you or tell you what you need to do. Right now it's just kind of a lollygag kind of time for you to kind of get a grip on yourself. And you've learned to like be by yourself, which is a really good thing. That makes you a little more independent than what you really thought. It says, and here's your mom. So things are good with your mom. I like that. You and your mom are cool, right?
Yeah.
And then
yeah.
Yeah? You said just what?
I just helped her out with something that she wanted me to help her out with.
Good.
Yeah.
So there's no new beginning with the bad stuff. Has she still been calling you stuff or do things? No?
No. Sometimes she'll come in the morning and she's just like, did they give you that? Like, a little bit, but I'm just like, no, they haven't done anything yet. And then, but we're good.
I think it's more just the fact that your mom's not a morning person and she likes to pick in the morning because she's just cranky. Probably tired. Makes sense.
Yeah.
It says that there's no defense for something. So there's no defense for you, like talking back to your mom or doing anything. I think we've kind of addressed all that.
Yeah.
And it's a little bit better. The respect level's better, and I think she probably sees it too.
And if I feel like I have disrespectful, I go back in there and I'm like, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have talked to you like that.
Right.
It came out, and I'm frustrated too. So then that's when I'll be like, I'm going somewhere. Do you want me to get you something like a Starbucks? She's like, no, I'm fine, thank you.
Good.
Yeah.
Then I'm proud of you. That's a good thing. It says there are no temptations right now, which is a good thing. We're talking about men, and there's a man. And then it says, but it's healthy. There's something healthy that's coming for you. In other words, healthy relationships come with this man. It shows that he has money, and when I mean money, I don't mean like he's a multimillionaire, but he has a good job and he makes decent money. So he's not probably a rocket scientist or anything like that, but he is going to be someone who, I think he's going to be involved more in the computer industry. That's what you're going to probably find, and that kind of fits you kind of good. So we'll see how that goes. It says, so far you haven't had a face-to-face with him, you haven't run into him yet, so that's a good thing, even though you kept thinking you have. And I like to string you along so that you don't kind of like gear all your energy towards one person.
Yeah.
I want you to still live your life. I don't want people to think that I'm controlling their life as they're going.
Yeah.
It says, my muerto says, which is my dead person. And here's another guy. And it's my muerto and another guy. But this other guy is a guy of cups. Now, he doesn't have probably as good a job as the other guy, but he does come with a cup of love. So you'll have to choose between money and love down the road, which is something you've probably never had to face. But it's going to happen. There's going to be another guy that pops up at the same time. And that's part of that temptation to come in to where you can't play both. You can't have your cake and eat it too. That's going to probably be one of the tests God's going to give you to make sure that you're on the up and up of what you want. So before you go do anything with them as far as relations sexually or anything like that, you need to have already chosen.
Yeah.
Okay? It says, and that's going to be a stressful situation for you at that time. Okay? It says, what's coming quickly, it says, is that there's triumph coming in your life. So good. God's kind of happy with that. I'm waiting to see what he looks like. It says, just a relationship with a girl from the past. So there's, and this, I think, it talks about opportunities and money, and it talks about a bunch of different stuff, and here's the girl with the cat and all 9 yards. And so, don't take this personally, but I think your sisters always kind of look at you as the girl that has the cat, and that you're probably not going to ever get married, and all that kind of stuff. And that's kind of unfortunate. But it's time that you start taking this over and breaking ties with all the restrictions that your sister kind of puts on you and controls you, and she needs to worry about her own life, and you need to start worrying about your own. Yeah. It says, and God's right side up with what I'm telling you. So that's a good thing. That means God's like saying, yeah, you do that, and everything's already coming for you. It says, and then comes a huge change. These are really good cards, really impressive. Change, or maybe even a change of home at some point. And the reason I say change of home, because if you were to get married here down the road, I'm not saying it's going to happen in spring, but you never know. I mean, things happen pretty quick when God wants them to.
Yeah.
But you could end up moving with that person. He may have his own house already, or he may have his own place. He's like, hey, I want you to move in with me. That could probably put a strain on your mom. I don't know how it's going to work out, but we'll see.
That will.
Yeah, but she's got to understand you got to go on with your life as well. Yeah. So I don't know how she's going to do it, but she could always rent your room out. And
I know, yeah,
that kind of thing. So you gotta look at your own life. You can't gear your life around them anymore. You gotta move forward. It's time. It says, and you're gonna leave. So there you go. So, yeah. And these are the two women that you plan to go on a trip with. So you need to be careful with that. Just be careful with that. It says there's no broken heart in the future, which is a good thing. It says the brujeria that was done to turn around your money. person was really angry. Turn around your opportunities, turn around your son. It says it's left at a 50-50. So, but I think he pretty much took care of that. He's a force to reckon with. And so sometimes even with the cleaning was a good thing, but Matthew kind of has you backed up pretty well, which is pretty cool. Yeah, he's a good kid. It says, what's coming to an end, and this should be interesting. It says, is the girl who was upside down who offered love, and this is you because you're still young, and it says the girl who offered love, it says, is coming to an end of her being alone. That is a great thing. The cards are just in your favor.
Yeah.
It says, as long as you leave the past behind, it says you'll have your own family. I mean, and you need not to lie and deceive. So no more lying about anything. You need to be on the up and up with everything. When you're dealing with the man upstairs, and I am talking about God, that's one of his commandments: is don't lie, don't steal, don't deceive people, stuff like that. So stay on top of that. Don't lie to anybody. If you fuck up, you fuck up. I mean, that's the way I see it. If I fuck up, I'll go and tell someone, hey, I'm sorry, I apologize. I'm a big kidder, so I play around with a lot of people, and you do too, so just be careful with that. It says, now the part about you being weak, it says it's already out in the open. So basically we've already talked about it. It's about you taking over your life. That's the weak part of you. It says, and there's not going to be a battle there. Once you kind of take yourself like, hey, I'm ready to take on my own life. I want to save my own money doing it. And she gives you an insight to say, hey, well, it's my stuff and this is what I want to do. Yeah. And she'll just have to back off. She's going to give you shit about it. It's going to turn her upside down with you for a minute because she thinks that you're not capable of doing anything like that. But if you're going to be with a man, you got to be able to run the house, run the show. Yeah. Some men do. I do it at this house only because Liz has so much things going on with her stuff. But if Liz was able to handle that at the same time with everything else she's got going on, I would be happy to handle all of it. Yeah. Because it's a lot for me. It says, and just be careful that you don't turn around your work. So whatever you're working towards, your sister's going to be upset. Like, she's going to say it's not going to work for you, basically. Yeah. And that you're just going to end up spending a bunch of money, and then she has to be in control of you, and it's time you cut control. Yeah. So that needs to happen within the next 3 days to 3 weeks.
3 days to 3 weeks?
Yeah, that needs to happen already. Yeah. Like quick. Yeah. It says, and then there won't be any burden on your back. Okay. I think whether you want to realize it or not is that your sister does put a lot of burden on you with some of the things that she expects from you, her expectations. And that's a little too much for anybody, I think. Yeah. And you're kind of used to it because you like to be babied and taken care of. Yeah. But at this point, how are you going to take care of a man if you can't take care of yourself?
That's true.
Okay. It says, there are no decisions for you to make at this time. You're kind of letting God drive, which I'm kind of proud of. And he's driving you pretty well. It says there's no hardship here before you. It says no true love as of yet. It says, but be careful for an angry man. So I have a feeling the angry man is probably going to come back here pretty soon, right before another test. Right before you go on to meeting whoever you're going to meet, there's going to be a man that pops up who was in your life before, who is gay, and that man is going to give you more shit. If I were you, I wouldn't even bother with him. Because if you were to become friends with him, he'll interfere with your relationship and tell you how to handle it. And he's not very good at handling his own life. Yeah. Okay, so I would just let that go at this point. It says your mom's going to be a little bit upside down with you when all these changes start to happen because she just doesn't expect it to happen for you, but it will. It says, and there won't be any other opportunities for love at that point. So in other words, this is what you wanted, and you want to find the guy that you want. And at this point, when you do find him, and there's going to be two that you're going to have to pick from, God likes to make it very interesting. But when that does happen, that's going to be it. This is it.
No more.
You're not going to get another shot. No. Okay. So you kind of run your course. It says you won't be discontent. What you asked for anyways. It's kind of for me like when I asked God what I wanted. I got it. So yeah, I'm still with her. It's 8 years.
I didn't want a choice. I just wanted the one.
Right, exactly. It says, but he's going to mess with like that. It says there's no justice with something. So there's no justice in magic when a woman is angry. So in other words, you can't be angry over stuff. You have these little idiosyncrasies that you got to learn to be a little bit flexible with. I'm sure we haven't seen you at your angriest or when you're sarcastic, but I can tell by my cards exactly what you could be like, which is funny because then you regret after you are like that, which is kind of sad. It says, but you will return to me even after you're married. You'll still be around me. And it says, and that will make your life complete. I'm not saying that I make your life complete, But what I am saying is that the guidance in the relationship is going to be difficult for you because you're not used to that kind of serious relationship.
Yeah.
So you have to learn how to balance that.
Definitely not going to be used to that.
No.
No.
It says, my son here, and turning around a trabajo, it says, with no discontent. So turned it around for you so you wouldn't be discontent anymore.
Aww.
It says he delayed it for a long time. It says, but you can't have any lovers.
No.
And it says, and there'll be no death for you. You're not going to die anytime soon. It says, your house is going to be in discord, which means your person is going to be in discord as you start to take everything on, a lot more responsibility.
Yes.
It says, but don't be afraid. It says, there's no fear. Don't fear it. It says, because after all the things we just went through, it talks about there being fruit on the tree. And when I talk about that, it basically means that you plant a seed and you're hoping, if you're planting a seed to bring fruit or avocados or oranges, whatever it is, you want there to be fruit on the tree. That's the whole purpose of planting it.
Yes.
We instill the seed in you, and it's what we basically call the God seed. And that seed is for you to do the right things and to live your life right so that you can find the person that you're meant to be with. And it's going to blossom. There's going to be fruit on that tree. And there's also going to be good money. So between you and him, you'll be fine. It says, whatever brujo was there was turned around. It says, there's one obstacle, though. Let's see what that is. It says that you leave things incomplete. So again, a warning, you have things incomplete still. You need to tie up all your loose ends and handle it. Mm-hmm. I would suggest, I know you're probably still making car payments?
Yes.
Okay. So I would suggest as you're saving money that you make $100 extra car payment. Like $100 extra each payment. Okay. So that you can knock the interest out.
That's what I've been doing. I think my total is $427. I didn't even $500 each month.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Good. I just want you to know that. And then it says, and though you're the girl who's always offered love and been left upside down, it says, and left destructed, this is one of the reasons why. Because you have all these loose ends that you never really take care of. So it's important that you don't make those your obstacles again. Yeah. It says, what could come to cut off your head is if you act stupid or act a fool. So don't do anything stupid. Don't do anything rash. I'm not saying that you can't ever go party again or go drink again. You can, but right now is not the time for you to go all off the chain and start doing the things you were doing before. No. You're a much better person now, and I think you've kind of seen things a little bit different now, and you've grown. And then you return to love. So everything points to you doing the right things, or there'll be misfortune. It says, but triumph is in the midst. That's a beautiful thing. So these cards have been really, really good. Your spirituality needs to change a little bit. You're still not as close to God as you want to be. You need to be a little closer to Him and have a little more faith in Him. It says you're right where you want to be right now in this time of your life. And there should be no problems if you do everything you're told. Okay? So, Client M, all I can tell you is you are on the right track. You've done very well. Yay. We've come a long ways with you, which I think I probably got a lot more gray hair since I met you. But at the same time, I am proud of the changes you've made. You've become a lot stronger than what you once were, and I need you to continue down that path so that you can have everything you want. It's a joy to have you in our lives and have you near us, and I just want to thank you for putting your trust in God and letting me help you guide you the way He wants. So that's cool. All right, that was Client M, guys. Hey, if you need a card reading or you're looking for me, you can look me up on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram.
TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. You have an Acuity page. You also have YouTube. There you go. And you also have Venmo.
Cool. And we have Venmo. So if you guys need a reading, hit me up and I will set you on the right path. All right? Thanks for watching. Have a good one, guys.